All right, so I'm back from Vegas with HyperX's Queued Up. I am still on cloud 9. I honestly don't even really know how to fully process everything that went down. I wanted to sit down and tell you guys a little bit about what all went down, show you some behind the scenes stuff, some pictures, some videos. I've got a lot of things. I didn't actually vlog the whole trip technically, but I have a ton of stuff to show you guys, and I wanted to kind of sit down and talk about it all after the fact, after I had some time to relax, get back into the routine, all that jazz. So that's what this video is going to be about. We're going to talk about HyperX Queued Up and all of the things that went on with our VIP trip that they sent us all to Vegas for, which I'm still really blown away at how cool everything was. I just opened my email and I have a email that says, "Congratulations, you are queued up." I'm one of the winners for HyperX's Queued Up. I didn't think that this was going to I didn't think I was gonna win. I'm so blown away right now. I'm so excited. I'm shaking, my hands are shaking right now. Apparently I'm one of the winners, and I'm getting sponsored by HyperX now. This is such a huge opportunity. How did this happen? Holy crap, I'm so excited. So yeah, as you guys just saw, I found out a couple days before I flew out to Vegas for it that I actually won Queued Up. I'm a part of their freshman class, and it was it threw me for a whirlwind. Found out on Sunday that I won, and then we flew out, Wednesday evening, and then Thursday was a whole photo and video shoot. Saturday was the live stream. So yeah, they paid for our flights, our hotels. They put us in Mandalay Bay. Super nice hotel room, an executive suite. I could get used to traveling and staying in hotel rooms like that. I walk in and it's just enormous hotel room, giant king bed, a sitting room, looking out over the strip, giant bathtub that you could have a party in. I knew immediately that this was going to be a trip unlike anything I'd ever done before. But yeah, that first night just kind of was settling in. Went out and got some ramen with some friends in Vegas, and then jumped to the next morning. We went to the HyperX Esports Arena in the Luxor. I had never seen it before. I had only been to Vegas one time before that, and I didn't really get to explore everything. So this was definitely just this was a better experience because I got to really go into the Luxor, and I got to walk around and actually explore this time. When I was there in the past, it was July. It was super hot and it was just kind of not great. But we're walking up to this HyperX Esports Arena, and I feel absolutely incredible. This can't possibly be happening to me. How is this my life? How is this where my career has led to this? How is this that moment? Because you're walking up and you walk in, they've got a bunch of desks, a bunch of PCs and everything, and there's a little streaming area, a little screen that shows it all. But then you get past that, and there is an entire stage set up. It's just HyperX Queued Up all over everything. Really awesome lights, tons and tons of people. They had a giant production crew, and I'm walking in am I in the right place? How did this happen? And I met everybody, so actually got to meet everybody else who won. So there were 5 of us, and they were all really sweet. Really just really sweet individuals, and it was great to be able to spend some time with them and get to know them a little bit better. They're people that I probably honestly wouldn't have come into contact very much with my gaming, like, part of the gaming world, my little circle that I have. I probably never would have met them if it hadn't been for Queued Up. So I'm really happy that I did, because they were really fun people and we all had a great time together. And we'll show you some pictures of all of the events that we got to do, but walking in, seeing that stage, I knew this was the real deal, and I was like, I hope I don't mess this up. Like, this is like easily, hands down, the biggest career moment I have ever had. So we get started, and first off, it's like a couple pictures down their like hype tunnel that they have. It's really cool, tons of lights. It's actually where you walk out from when you're going onto stage. And that's when it all starts to sink in, like, all right, like, we gotta pull it together, we gotta get some pictures, like, be professional, do the thing. And so we do the hype tunnel pictures. I get to take pictures in their big chair with all the HyperX keyboards and everything. Felt like a queen. What was really cool about that is I actually got to take a picture in a similar chair of HyperX's in LA a couple years prior to that. And seeing the difference between myself in that picture and then in this picture, it was just kind of like a reminder of how far I have come in such a short amount of time. We went and we took some headshots, and it was really cool. They had some really awesome lighting, like an orange and a blue, or kind of red and blue lighting, which made us look really, really, really badass. But I kept saying to everybody before we went and we had our pictures done that I hope they didn't make us do the like esports pose. You know, the whole like arms crossed and you try to look like a badass, because you know me. I can't do like badass, or I can't do pictures where I'm not smiling, because I look like I'm going to beat somebody up. Sure enough, photographer takes a picture. He asked me to do the pose. I do the pose. I'll show you it here. He literally looks at his camera and he goes, "It's too menacing." He just looks so defeated, like literally just too menacing. And I'm like, I told you I can't pose like that. So anyway, did the esports pose, got a headset, started doing some like modeling shots with the headset, felt okay about that. So after we do the like headshots and things like that, I had to do my interview, and they take us into this little like sound booth room. Tons of people, tons of cameras. Like there's a mic, like sound guy who's miking me up and getting me, like my mic was like sitting like right here, like taping it to me and listening to me, having me do like mic checks and stuff like that. And I sit down in this stool and we sit there and we get ready for it. And I did like a rundown of like one of the questions beforehand, but wasn't entirely sure what all was going to be asked, and did the interview. And honestly, we'll throw some clips in here so you can kind of see it. But after my interview, the whole room just kind of went silent, and they just like looked at their cameras and like looked at each other, and they were like, you could just like feel the entire room like nodding, like that was a good interview. And I felt freaking amazing, because I felt like I actually nailed something while I was there for HyperX. I wanted to make sure that I could like prove to them what I can do. And so it felt really good. It felt really natural to be in front of the camera for them. And we'll put bits and pieces of the interview into the video so you can see them. But they used that for the live stream for my announcement when I was coming out and everything. So I knew that it had to be like, we had to nail it. My name is Kayla. I go by Cauliflower on Twitch. I'm from San Diego, California.
I have been a gamer my entire life. I actually picked it up from my dad. I've been gaming since I was old enough to hold a controller. I picked up a Sega Saturn back in the day and played a little game with a little redheaded guy running around with a bird. It's the first memory I have of gaming. I always knew I wanted to be in the gaming world somehow in some capacity. Yeah, I finally figured it out when I was in college that I wanted to be a streamer. Particular games that I was really into back in the day was pretty much all shooter games. So think of Halo, Call of Duty, Battlefield, pretty much anything that I could get my hands on that my dad would also play with me. I was that person that was at the midnight launch for Call of Duty. I was that kind of nerd for shooter games. I actually worked at GameStop, and one of my coworkers pulled up a famous streamer, showed me him, and was like, I think you'd be good at this. And I was like, I don't know, I'm on camera, what do you mean? And I tried my first stream. I played Diablo 3, I think, off of an Xbox One in a beanbag, in the middle of my living room floor.
So they do what's called a hero moment, which if you've ever seen any kind of esports anything, it's basically when they have the players come out and they have a little video that plays that makes them look really badass and they're really good at what they do, and they're really serious, and they do a bunch of little poses and things. And that by far was the hardest part that I struggled with. I'm not somebody who can do those things very easily. I get very awkward with a camera shoved in my face, and they're basically asking you to model. Interviews and things, I'm fine. I got it. You want me to talk? Totally cool. You want me to model? Yeah, it's gonna be a little interesting. So luckily the group hero moment session I was really happy with. Thought we did awesome. They had me on the steps next to Tuonto, and everybody else was behind us, and they would bring in a guy with a camera, and he would just kind of run at us and then hold the camera there, and then he would zip away real quick and come back, and then he'd go away again and come back. And all throughout this you're trying to channel yeah, I am badass. Which with the group wasn't as big of an issue. I was yeah, I got this. They're talking to us, trying to give us some pointers and things, act natural, move around a little bit. I had that. However, after the group one, and I will show you the final product of that. It looks really cool. Really happy with how that all turned out. After that, we did individual hero moments, and that's when I got awkward and didn't know what to do because everyone was watching me trying to model in front of a camera. It was not great. They ended up editing it and making me look really badass, and I definitely appreciate it, but I'm sitting there I don't know, what do you want? Give me some direction, something. But they were amazing. The whole crew the entire time, any questions we ever had, anything we ever needed, they were always there and they had it immediately. So I wasn't really that worried about it. I knew that at the end of it all, they'd make it look super cool. But I want to say my favorite part of the whole trip, which is maybe weird, but my favorite part of the whole thing was actually the photo and video shoot day that we had. So that first day, the Thursday, because I got to just see more into the gaming world and the esports world and kind of the production that goes into that, because there are so many moving parts to it. There are so many people there, and I don't know, I found that part really, really inspiring. Friday, fast forward to Friday, we kind of just had a day to hang out with each other, and they had a couple things planned for us. We actually ended up going to Area 15, which if you've ever seen stuff for Vegas is where they have Omega Mart, which is a really weird themed grocery store. You can buy really odd items, but there's aliens there, and there's some weird mystery going on that you have to figure out. There's this the fridge, you open up one of the fridges and it's a portal into this really crazy weird world. At one point, this guy, one of the workers there, won't even let me go through the fridge. I'm trying to go through the fridge and he blocks it. He's like, what's the password? And I'm like, I don't know. And eventually I get that the password is what's the password, but it was odd. A little bit of an odd moment, but we got to go and throw hatchets. Me and Krystalogy threw hatchets together, and she made me feel good because I'm definitely not very good at throwing hatchets. So we were both kind of on the same page. We had some drinks, we threw some hatchets. We had these cute little like spooky themed drinks with like eyeballs dropped in them. Not real eyeballs, but little gummy ones. We played back and forth with some hatchets. And then after we had the drinks and the hatchets, we went to Topgolf. So HyperX took us to like the fancy place for Topgolf. I just like a preface, I do not golf. I have played putt-putt. I don't golf. But they basically like put us on like the nice floor. It's like a multi-level golf arena where you can you hit balls out into like just this giant area where they score how you did. But like we had like this booth to everybody for HyperX. Like we walk in, they've got little goodie bags set up for us with like our hoodies, and they gave us little like slip-ons. So we walk in, we've got a goodie bag there with our names on them. We've got like any food you want, any drinks you want, you guys got it. Like when I say that HyperX did not spare any expense, they went all out. They treated us like royalty. It was honestly the coolest thing ever because you could tell how much like effort went into everything. They really tried to make sure that it was a special trip, even outside of just like the live stream and all of that. They tried to make sure that like they treated their talent really well. So yeah, Topgolf, super fun time. I wasn't very good. We competed for gifted subs at one point. I did get 20 gifted subs, so I feel really good about that, but I'm definitely not a golfer. But yeah, it was a very nice way to kind of round off that last day. We did the Topgolf. They also carted us around in party buses, which was really fun. We got to just ride around in a really loud party bus with a bunch of lights. You feel pretty cool doing that. I mean, going down the strip, everybody's looking at you while you're doing that. So I definitely wanted to make sure I brought that up. So after our whole day of hanging out together, we go to Saturday. Saturday is the big live stream. Everybody gets all dressed up. They put us in this little waiting area. You can see the stage and kind of look out over everything from there. But then behind the waiting area booth, there's the tunnel that you walk through, the hype tunnel. And you take that down to the stage and made sure everything got set up. The whole, like the stage manager ran through everything with us, gave us the rundown, gave us like scripts and things. We got to meet the hosts. They were absolutely amazing. We got to go down and see like our little stations that we were gonna have and sit at and game at. We actually didn't know what games we were gonna play on stage either until like that day. So if you watched the live stream and you saw how bad I was at the games, it's not my fault. I was flying by the seat of my pants. But yeah, so we did like a little rehearsal and got to see all the videos flying through, and honestly, everything moved so quickly during that stream. Like it felt like we ran out of time with like, it was just like rehearsal and then boom, we were live, and it was like, okay, ready to go. So they put me in the tunnel, and while I'm in the tunnel, I'm actually watching my interview and my announcement and everything. And I'm like trying to take a couple pictures before I have to run out on stage, and they've got somebody waiting there to tell me like, all right, you're on in 10. And then they like literally, when it's time for me to go, they're like, go, 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 go. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I start walking down the tunnel, and I'm trying to like, don't trip, don't fall down the stairs, like try to look like you're happy, you're shocked, you don't like it's very much a like, all right, you got one shot, you better nail it. But I walked out on stage, did the interview, and I actually felt really at home on HyperX's stage. It didn't feel weird to me. It felt very natural, actually. Like the entire live stream actually felt really good. I felt like the interview went really well. I had a lot of people after this whole experience come up to me and say like, you're really well spoken, and like you're definitely a natural at this. And that made me feel amazing, because if you know anything about like my story and how I have come up through everything, that has not always been the case. Like I went to school for communications and psychology to try to help with that. And it definitely did, like public speaking, being in front of a camera, things like that. So it felt really good. During the live stream, they gave us actual awards, like actual trophies. And that's pretty freaking cool. I didn't realize they were going to be giving us a trophy. I don't think any of us knew. So I've got to make some kind of shelf or somewhere to put this, because this is by far the coolest thing I have ever been given. I've always wanted to get some kind of award. I'm actually getting emotional right now. I've always wanted to get some kind of award with streaming. It's just kind of like a reminder of like, you did the right thing. And you see lots of people get awards and stuff, and I've never gotten any award. I've been in this industry for over 7 years now, and I hoped one day I'd be able to pull that off and get some kind of award for something. And sure enough, I got Cauliflower Queued Up Class of 2021. I don't want to get emotional or anything, but when they handed me the trophy, it was just very like, I'm doing all right. I'm doing the right thing, and I'm doing the thing, and I was right, Mom and Dad. This was the thing I should do. And it was just like a really, really amazing moment for me. And I'm sure the rest of the group as well. Just, I have a freaking award for streaming. Like, what do you... I am so happy. I'm over the moon. I feel like I've been saying a lot of the same stuff, but genuinely, it is the coolest thing that I've ever done. This was by far my biggest career moment, doing that live stream. After we did the whole live stream, we got everybody up on stage, HyperX. We got the production crew, the stage managers, we got everybody up on stage. We all took a picture together to kind of remember and commemorate that moment. Did not realize how many people there actually were that were involved. There were so many people. But after that, we headed back to the hotel real quick, got all ready to go out to dinner. We went to a really nice dinner at Momofuku, I think is what it's called. It's just like a really nice restaurant with... We had basically a 4-course family style meal. You knew it was fancy because when you sat down, they brought you well, while you're waiting, would you like red or white wine? Pinkies out. And I was like, all right, HyperX, I see you. I'm gonna pretend I know what I'm doing. I seriously don't think they could have treated us better, between the hotel room they put us up in, the flights, the dinners, the going to the hatchet throwing place in Area 15, the party buses. I was blown away. I've gone to places, I've gone on trips for other companies before, but nothing like this. Nothing like it. It was actually kind of it was a sad moment when we all left. It made me bummed. I was I wanted to keep being around everybody. It almost felt like a mini convention in a way, because over the past 2 years, we haven't really pandemic, we haven't really had any conventions or anything. I haven't really had any like big industry events to be a part of. So this like HyperX's Queued Up actually felt very like mini convention, being around people in the industry again, and like it reignited this fire in me that was like, all right, like what's the next thing? Like I'm ready, like let's go. Like I'm just so much more ready to just achieve. Like I don't know, I'm really bummed that it's already over, but I think we had a bunch of really solid days. I can't wait to see what comes of this with HyperX. You know, the sponsorship I'm so excited about. I'm so excited to work with HyperX. I can't wait to see what this is gonna lead into. It feels like a very big, like kind of like a tipping point. You know, you've been working and building up your stream and your content, and it feels like somebody finally was like, you're doing the right thing. Like, we believe in you. Like HyperX nominating me amongst the other 20 individuals, or well, all 20 of us being nominated for this, it felt like they were like, we see you. You're gonna do big things. And then we got our communities and the public involved, and they got to vote for us like crazy. And I do want to thank you guys. I want to thank my community, because without you, I would not have done this. I would not have won. I wouldn't have gotten to go to a VIP Vegas trip and get to do all of the incredible things I got to do with HyperX for a few days in there. So thank you. I cannot tell you what it means to get another sponsorship within the industry that means this much. You know, it's a big deal to be sponsored by HyperX. This is a huge deal. Like, they're writing news articles about this stuff. Like, just thank you for believing in me, because I couldn't do this without you guys, and I'm still kind of in shock about the whole thing. When I was going back home on the plane, I started getting really emotional. I'm actually like looking out the window and trying to like conceal the fact that I have like tears coming down the like side of my face, because I'm sitting there finally like processing a little bit of what just went down, because the whole trip was very much like boom, 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 boom. We got stuff to do. We got places to be. Like, let's do it. And then when I'm on that plane, I'm sitting there looking out. I'm literally leaving Vegas, and I see Mandalay Bay, which was the hotel we stayed in. I see the Luxor. I see like the banner on the side that says like HyperX Esports Arena, that whole thing. Like, I see that as I'm like up in the air leaving Vegas, and I am like tearing up and getting ridiculously emotional, just because it was such a cool experience, and I'm still kind of in disbelief that I was able to do something like this. So hopefully that kind of lets you in a little bit more about the whole trip and everything that went down. I tried to give you like a real quick kind of wrap up of the whole thing, and hopefully you enjoyed all the pictures and the videos. Next time I'll definitely be better with my vlogging capabilities. This time it was mostly just like get pictures and videos of behind the scenes stuff so I could show you, and then I could sit and talk about it all with you. And yeah, so if you guys made it this far through the video, I really appreciate it. Let me know kind of what your thoughts were. Do you like videos with this kind of stuff? Do you like the behind the scenes there? Have you ever been to Vegas, and have you ever been to the HyperX Arena? I would love to know. But yeah, here I am. I have just accepted. HyperX is queued up. I'm part of the freshman class for 2021. And I just want to reiterate again how much it means to me. Thank you, HyperX, for the incredible Vegas VIP treatment. You guys went above and beyond. I can't wait to work with you and see what's next. And thank you to the community. You know, without you guys, I wouldn't have won. I wouldn't have gotten to do this. And I really needed this win. You know, It's been a long couple years, and I really, really needed this. It kind of breathed more life into me, and I'm inspired. I'm ready to make more content. I'm ready to see what the next big thing is, and it's all because of you guys. So thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.